Hello, everybody. This is the Aquarium Medium. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy new moon in Scorpio. And man, oh man, do we have a lot to discuss. There is so much that I see here intuitively that it's hard to really know where to start. California's moon is going to experience issues with relationships that are about the Scorpio energy. It is about death, rebirth, and regeneration, things that are karmic. This new moon in Scorpio is setting us up for a lot to be dissolved with Neptune in Pisces. As you can see, there is a critical 2927 with Venus all day. Venus will be critical all day. Anything travel, anything that is quick moving. This could be a bad day. Let's just say that. It could be a bad day for CMEs, new solar flares, anything that is quick movement, any type of warring with travel that brings conscious raising experiences through desires. I want to touch on mostly what I want to touch on today is the Christ energy with JFK Jr. That's really what I want to focus on with this new moon that is setting us up with the karmic dissolving of a wound. And this wound goes back to JFK Jr. It goes back to his father. And I just want to kind of show you a little bit about that. And it does go back a little bit. If we go into the California natal chart, yes, this does go to the moon, the reflection of the past with California. And so that gold rush with California, with the environment, is certainly going to be in the future a karmic event with a big earthquake, with volcanism. Spain is people that are on the islands, the Canary Islands. I hope that they are listening to their intuition. They are listening to their ancestors that are telling them to seek safety. Venus is going to be going into Capricorn soon. So there's going to be new beginnings in the government. Today, it's setting a stage with the United States where we've been. There's a grand square we can definitely see here that is coming from the midheaven within the government today. Biden energies are certainly seen here. Obama, Hillary Clinton, a lot of political figures are in this chart. I see, like I said, there's just so much to talk about. I don't even know really where to start. Our values are definitely needing to change, and they're going to change because they will be forced to change. I want to first talk about the rally that happened on November 2nd, a couple of days ago. The energies were supporting this rally at exactly 12:30 in Dallas, Texas. As you can see, Vulcan here in the 10th house is at 233. JFK Jr.'s Vulcan is also at 233. So the energies were definitely supporting this event. It was supporting the karmic energy of his death and his father's death. We can also see that with the event, his Venus at home was dark. There is a dark mental energy that surrounded his Venus. As you can see, his moon is 2725 and it's in Aquarius. So this 2723 Venus is definitely supporting it. It's the health of the future is what Venus is showing here, with abandoning itself to the unknown, not knowing what was going to happen. However, so many people were supporting the reflection of the emotions within the governing bodies with times past. And Junior's moon definitely reflects his father's magnetism, his Zeus, which is the electromagnetic field of energy of an individual. So this 2725 is also supporting the rally, the intense experience that happened with President Kennedy is also being supported. The nodes, the lunar nodes, the emotions surrounding what had happened that was made public, that is dissolving. His Neptune at 240 was the same degree as the lunar nodes on the second. Again, there's just so much support for the karma. And as you can see, President Kennedy's Mercury at 2035 is where today's Neptune is, that is dissolving with this new moon. So that 2035, there is energy that is supporting what happened to President Kennedy and it dissolving. There is a lot of energy that is at bay, guys. And I want to take a moment just to look at Hillary Clinton with the rally for JFK, because her nodes, her emotional lunar nodes that have to do with the government and the health of the government at 331, and then the Pluto at 1052 is so significant to the rally, to what had happened with JFK Jr. The secrets that are kept are definitely going to be coming out. I can't tell you exactly when, but I can tell you that JFK, we were talking about the 240 of his Neptune and how the energies were supporting the rally with that Neptune and the dissolving of what had actually happened to President Kennedy. In the 1756, remember, it was hitting. So we've got so much that goes back to Miss Clinton, the darkness, that was surrounding the Venus at the rally, that darkness, the dark moon definitely supports the shakeup of her values. The Venus at 2723, it is showing a wound here for Miss Clinton as well. Yeah, this moon connecting to the Pluto, where she transforms people's health. And then we have the higher octave of trans Pluto that's hidden. It's hidden and it's about death, rebirth, and regeneration. This is a higher octave of Pluto that touches her Pluto as well. So there was a lot taking place with Miss Clinton during this rally, a lot of emotions that are definitely shown here with the rally. It's also showing up with the new moon in Scorpio. Miss Clinton has a lot that she keeps hidden with this moon with 1209. So that 1209 is definitely, her moon is coming into, with this new moon, it's coming into the darkness. She is experiencing darkness surrounding what's happened in her past. And in that past, with the Scorpio new moon, there is so much that is going to be coming to the surface. These energies are not just supporting JFK Jr., what happened, everything that has to do with the Sagittarius energy is quick. It could be, like I said, it's solar flare. It is planes. It is, anything blood related, anything that is quick moving, a gunshot, the blood. And it's definitely something that has already happened before. And so I'm not sure what is going to transpire with President Biden, but there is, all these energies are just making me feel like things that have happened in the past are really going to come to the surface. There's a lot of dissolving that's taken place with Neptune. Things about JFK's death are definitely coming to a head. I always like to compare events with the natal chart of Christ, the one that I received intuitively, which is why I've written the book, His Story, The History of Mankind's Evolutionary Consciousness Back to God. His chart, his natal chart, the physician, his brothers and sisters, the physician on earth is the same degree as the 233 with JFK Jr.'s Vulcan. And the rally represented this Christ energy as well as the physician who is able to help heal the earth and mankind as well. And it definitely has to do with the sun, the expansion of the sun, and the sun waking up for the future so humanity may understand what it is like to be in service to his fellow man and his brothers and sisters. Today's new moon is going to have Selena at 1545, which is Spain's fortune with their health, with relationships at 1545. La Palma volcano. As you can see, the dark moon of 227, the Cupid will be transiting today at 227 to 228. Hygeia at 1126 today will be going into the 1134 degree of the moon. Astrea transits over the outer wheel of Spain at 825. She'll be at 826. So there is a lot of little hits that are pretty close to Spain's natal chart. And when it erupted on September 19th, it erupted with Vulcanus at 254. If we look at the COVID chart, we can see that when it first began in China on the 23rd, Mars was at 2220. Zeus with this new moon in Scorpio is at 2219, going into that 2220. The values with the United States were definitely hidden. And there is a wound that shows up with Christ with this 128. The body of Christ is being hit for sure. This is certainly the burden on Christ and the body of Christ. I'm not talking about a religion. I'm talking about the body of Christ, which is all of humanity. You can see that it rises with this 1004, which is his son, the values of God. The 1703 is a higher octave of death. And, you know, this 2440 with the health is with the Neptune, with what is hidden in the government regarding the health, his lunar nodes, the emotions that created healing, and it also created burdens of what is hidden, is also seen with the sun, the future of the sun, and the values of this life path with the governing bodies of the United States. This 128 of the wound, this communication with the lungs goes to his third house of his brothers and sisters. And it is where he transforms the government. The health at 2906 is right over that 2907. As you can see, the long distance traveling that was taking place from China to the United States begins something. It begins something with the health as this 2122 goes to the Mars 2122. The Uranus, the power of the mind with the health at 855 for the United States, that is where hell on earth, this weight of matter, took place. The sun and Cupid in the 12th house went past the 0047 in Scorpio in the 11th house, the future, the critical future with the United States, friends, and their future. Mars was trailing that 2220 coming into the 2225 that is going to be dissolved with the United States, what they are trying to learn and what they are trying to succeed with China is going to come to the surface. It's being dissolved. Their values here show that the body of the United States values are going to have to come back to God. This is definitely unrealistic. What they have been doing is unrealistic. It was definitely shady. And this 1703, along with the 1638, everything that is hitting Christ here is about the higher octave of death, rebirth, regeneration, where they are confusing the cellular structures of man with energy. So yeah, this Scorpio new moon, there's a lot that is going to the leaders of the world, their charts, going to the charts of the countries. This is a revolutionary time as Saturn is in Aquarius, squaring Uranus, Mars, the moon, Vulcan. There's everything pretty much over here is what is in square, is challenging Saturn, which is the governing bodies. It's all about Saturnalia, who stole time and enslaved the people, also known as the Roman Empire. And speaking of the Roman Empire, let us look at the Pope. Neptune is at 2035. He has a doorway of 2034. This is a karmic door, right? So this is his 12th house of Pisces, but it's in the sign of Gemini. And so this is just showing that there is a dissolving. There is something that will be told to him today, tomorrow. The moon is at 1232. The Scorpio new moon is coming into 1239. So there's relationships, a death perhaps that he will be reflecting on. His Jupiter is 332. There's definitely going to be a higher octave about death, rebirth, and regeneration in the government. And when Vulcanus eventually gets to that 249 with his Eris, woe to him. Definitely be blowing up in the public eye. He's definitely letting go of the energy with Biden because of the climate change discussions. When Poseidon gets to this 1434, there is definitely something that will be coming that will be blowing up. It could be volcanic, literally volcanic with the sun, with children. There is so much, y'all, that we are going to go through the end of this year, through next year, that is going to transform our world in every which way. There's just so much in our times past that needs to dissolve, to come into the light where it can no longer run amok. The deception, the slavery, there's just going to be so much that's going to take place, even over the weekend through next week. A lot will be coming to the surface, literally and figuratively. We have a lot of geological activity that is going to bring humanity together and really show us the hidden truths. because this new moon is setting us up for everything that is hidden as we brace for the United States Pluto return in February of 2022. And then the conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune in 2022, we have a lot to dissolve with Neptune. We are definitely being called to balance during this time, to balance our emotions and see things for what they are. Some people are really uncomfortable going deeper. The days moving forward, we're really going to understand what we value. If you are on the Canary Islands, I would suggest you leave. If you are in California, I suggest you understand that there are things that are hidden, like with the gold rush. There are things that are hidden that are going to have to play out. And for everybody that mocked the people in Dallas, hoping for a true leader, as in JFK Jr., I promise you, if you do not understand, more than supported, they are still supported by the energies, because energies do not die. They just transform. And the energies that are around are definitely supporting the truth coming out. All right. So with that being said, happy new moon in Scorpio today, and stay safe while you're traveling, as Venus is going to be critical all day. After Venus goes into Capricorn, Mercury will be in a critical degree in Libra. And so then all communications will be critical when it comes to Libra energies with relationships and partnerships. Diplomatic approaches with communication on Friday going into Saturday is definitely going to be a must, as Mercury will also make its way into Scorpio. So there will be new discussions about life, death, rebirth, what is hidden, other people's money. And, if the financial sector is in a critical degree every day until we get into next year. All right. So you guys take care. We'll see you next time. Peace.